Welcome everyone to another Mother Spirit Community Live. We do a pre-meetup and a post-meetup depending on numbers and whatnot. We actually had a viewer leave a comment. He's not able to be here today, so I'm going to actually just jump in and start with this one right away. Info on brewing a plasma coffee. Yeah, although we're trying to come off coffee, and we've used other herbs for this to do like a coffee substitute. But yes, you can use, we've been using like a nice, more clear, fresh plasma to brew our coffee or other brews. And we've done these also with room temperature infusions with aged or evolved shivambu or plasma. And there was so much power in pulling the essence out of the plant with the aged shivambu that we decided to use fresh shivambu to do our warm infusions, and we were not disappointed. And it's similar feedback to the evolved extract. So you feel more is pulled out of the plant material. I found that
I can't find the other microphone.
we needed less, we drank less because, yeah, because it was brewed in that one moment. It's in your mic box. So, yeah, it's a totally different experience. And for enemas, I would recommend either doing a cold extract with aged or even a warm, room temperature warm. When I rehydrated some mushrooms in fresh warm, I was really surprised at how quickly they absorbed the water, the plasma, because it's warm, like body temperature warm, like super fresh plasma that I used for that. These are for things I'm going to ingest myself. So when I do my morning drink, yeah, whether it's hot or cold or whatnot, I'm always using some of my fresh plasma in that. So hopefully that kind of answers that question. And yes, it's I wouldn't want to. It's coffee. It's been a really interesting, yeah, on again, off again coffee. It's kind of like my cannabis story. My story with cannabis has been intermittent, but everything seems to come at a good time. And yeah. Oh, wow. Welcome. This is funny. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, have a dream about that. And any herbs that make you dream, those are good ones to take before bed
You didn't
with
read
your
the comment.
shivambu
You
also.
didn't read the comment.
So,
You didn't read the comment. We don't know what you're talking about. We didn't. I'm just trying to
yeah,
help you.
so I didn't
We're showing
I didn't really um,
where
make
the
that
host.
super clear, but yeah, you're welcome addressing. Thank you so much for addressing. I'll be
Talking to
straight
my
back to bed in 5 minutes
whispered.
and think about this as I drift into back to dreamland. Beautiful. Thanks for tuning in, even though it's really late for you. And anybody have any other questions? How do you age plasma? You can age it in many different ways. Here, I'll just pop this up. How do you age plasma? In a glass jar with a lid or cloth? Does it need to be kept a certain temperature away from light? Um, Personally, I cover all of my aging plasma is in a sealed container. Some people cover it with cloth. I do not. I shake it once in a while and open the cap and let some air exchange. So glass is sort of ideal but difficult because usually there's metal lids. If you happen to have glass jars with plastic lids, that's sort of like the most ideal. But you can age plasma in any kind of container. I use food grade containers, just out of sheer convenience, actually. Um, but glass is best. And there's a lot of debate of what is classified as aged. So I would say 2 weeks is aged. Then I call it aged or evolved. Like you'll really feel a difference in aroma, in the power behind it. You'll feel a difference in that. And yeah, shaking it and popping the cap off seems to speed the aging process along. You can also take some of your already aged plasma and put it in your newer bottle to age it quicker. Uh, it doesn't need to be kept a certain temperature, like just room temperature is fine. You can solarize or put your plasma out in a full moon. It can take that kind of power from the sun and the moon. Some people do that. So there's no need to keep it away from light. You can put it in the sun if you like. It's really up to you. Plasma is tough. You really can't destroy it. It can freeze and it can get hot, and there's things that are going to survive both of those scenarios. Yeah, I'm just going to go down the list here. Rosemary infused. Yeah, I've been thinking about this rosemary infused aged for hair growth. I haven't tried it yet, but I've been really tempted to, and been thinking about that one a lot, Supreme. So yeah, let me know if you do it. Looking forward to the full video. Uh, how many hours or minutes to brew? Okay. If you're brewing your coffee, I would say just go with your regular brewing style. Uh, if you're for a hot coffee, for a cold or a room temperature extract in your aged,
Take that banner.
I would say 4 hours. You're gonna notice a difference. You're gonna notice things happening within 4 hours. You can taste it as you go along and just like see how it's going also. A few minutes even sometimes will do something. Sure. Yeah, boiling, when it comes to boiling the plasma, wouldn't it kill some of the good stuff? For sure it's going to kill some of the good stuff. Um, I I just figure why not? I have extra. Why not cook with it? And it's not killing everything. Like there's still going to be things in there. And I don't know. It's just, I really like cooking with it. I like how, especially when I'm using, like doing flatbreads and stuff like that, I really love using my plasma in the flatbreads. Um, Pretty much anything. It
Gonna
just
bring
pulls
me
the
on.
flavor out more. It pulls the flavor of the spices out more. So that's really why I love doing it. And yeah, I am going to lose some of the good stuff, but I feel like I'm gaining so much more because I'm cooking with something that's already from my body. And so there's a portion of that the body is going to recognize and be able to handle um, the digestion part better. I don't know. It just feels better to me in general. The taste of the food feels better. Um, and I digest what I'm eating better the more I cook with it. I also use reduced for topical sun protection, which and wounds. Like I use the aged to clean the wound, and then I use the boiled to like condition the wound because you can actually alkaline burn yourself from over enthusiastically applying aged raw plasma to a wound. Olivier has some experience, direct experience with that, actually.
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
So, do you do I have to ask to speak, or do you want to
I
invite
don't
me to
hear
speak?
you. Should I hear you through my headphones?
Yeah, but maybe. Uh, okay, go ahead.
Um, Sorry. Do you need to do something?
Do you want to keep your show going?
Yeah.
Or everybody's waiting for you.
Okay. So yeah, that's yeah, the plasma and the cooking and the reduced. Yeah, I do these things a lot. And there's the community is very divided with the whole heating up the plasma, but the results for me just feel good. I don't mind. And I
Can you
have
hear me?
enough extra to be able to experiment with these things. So,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
no, don't hear you. Ever think about reducing your plasma with a dehydrator? Oh, yeah, that could be interesting. Uh, I haven't done it. I think it would take quite a long process. I actually am curious about using the sun to dehydrate it, to reduce it. So I might do that in the future. But in the Damar Tantra, which is where we got this idea or this information from, they actually recommend to do it in an
What about now?
earthen. Oh, yeah, there you are now. They actually recommend to do it in an earthen pot over a wood fire. So I haven't been able to experience that yet either. I'm just using stainless steel right now and a ceramic stovetop setup to do all my reduced.
So you can hear me now?
Yeah, you're very quiet.
Well, I'm not quite. I think your volume is way down.
Okay. Did you want to say so?
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah. So they're right in saying that it's better not to heat anything up. I mean, if that's what they're saying, otherwise they're not really actually grasping what they're saying. Like if they cook anything at all, then they're gonna do that to whatever it is they're heating up.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, it's better to go actually to not eat anything and drink any water and not drink any plasma and be completely solely solar breatharian. So that's what I guess these people should do. They should be perfect and just do all the things perfectly. But some of us are caught in karma, and we incarnated into this world to have experiences, and one of those is cooking. So we cook. And if we cook, the better water is better than the not better water, and the better water is always our water. So unless there's something else more important to do with that water, I'm yet to meet somebody who doesn't lose a drop. I think we're the only ones we know of that almost. Sometimes there's a little bit left in the container and there's nowhere to put it, and I'm just busy and I put it into a plant pot maybe, or maybe I just wash something with it in the sink. It's sort of not really used. So until I get to like 99% usage back into my body, then I play with what I have. And if that means taking 6 liters to make a hot bath full of aged plasma, that's what I wanted to experience. So yeah, maybe it would have been better used medically. to drink it and to make enemas with it. So it's a bit wasteful to do a plasma bath too. But the world is messy, and we came here to have all kinds of experiences. So one of those experiences is to heat things up. And when actually there's a point at which we heat it up because it reduces its fire, so it actually has a medical basis. Um, Otherwise, it can't do certain things. It cannot protect against sunburn. It cannot accelerate wound healing the same because H plasma applied furiously onto a wound will create a burn. And it is very much more soothing. So things like soothing the mouth if too much age was used to swish, and sort of it's really irritating to the mouth. The age can be. I just have a bottle from the end of Aries now, and I was quite fiery, and it will peel the skin off your mouth if you drink it straight. I can barely drink like a small sip, and then the fumes from it give me like a breathing therapy and make me cough.
Mm.
So you can't just splash that on yourself all day. You'll get all the grease off your skin and you'll burn.
Mm.
But you can boil that and then you can apply it furiously on your skin all day, and your skin will just keep soaking it up. And it will have more power than fresh because it has evolved. So yeah, it's easy to make sweeping statements and say heating anything is bad, but the world is more mysterious than that.
I did a little experiment myself with my raw, now I call it raw plasma, and the other one reduced plasma. I was out in the sun and I just had a spray bottle of my raw aged, and I just was like wiping myself down and massaging my body, and I was just kind of kept doing that over and over again. And by the end of the day, I noticed like that my skin was not burnt, but like kind of like I was more red. Like usually I'm just brown in the sun. Like I can take sun okay without much trouble. And I really felt like in traditional Chinese medicine, plasma is hot and drying. And that's really what I felt like I was doing. Like the sun is hot and drying, and then I was putting this plasma on my skin that was hot and drying. And so I did a big exfoliate in the shower and then put on my reduced plasma. When I put reduced plasma on, I can just be in the sun. It's like my sun protection. I take it with me everywhere I go. Well, in a sense, like I have that in my bag that I carry when I go out. How long do you boil it for? So the reduced plasma is you simmer it until you get to 1/4 of the volume. So slower is better. And you can kind of also go by the aroma too, the smell of it. You'll notice when the ammonia is gone. And just the feel of it and even the taste of it. I use my raw in my fresh in my cooking, and the raw and the evolved raw in doing cold extracts. But I've actually also used my reduced plasma as like a unami. It's like got such great flavor profile. I mean, this all depends on our diet, but mine has like a real earthy, mushroomy smell, and a lot of people that do this report the same thing. Yeah, the flavor profile is great, and it kind of like has a salty feel to it, even though I don't consume salt. Haven't consumed salt in a really long time. Well, not really long time, but several months now. It's been nice to get really off feel my body off of that drug. Whew, salt. That is an addiction. I didn't realize how deep that ran in me. Really surprising. So, anyway, and this all took time. I remember the first time that Megan McDonald and I were having a discussion about salt, and I still had like a huge salt collection and was doing ferments and all kinds of stuff. So, I was still not a heavy consumer, but I was definitely consuming salt. And I just wasn't ready to make that, change in my diet. And yeah, so everything, the information comes in its right time, and we assimilate it in its right time, and then we take it into our daily lives and bring it into practice in its own correct time. I'm not. You have enough time to do it slowly. Yeah. Do you infuse herbs when you boil or just while aging in room temperature for long periods of time? I don't infuse herbs in the aged. I do infuse herbs when I'm boiling it in fresh, but I've never done that with aged. Um, the the aged plasma is what I use to infuse herbs at room temperature. Hopefully that's clear. And what do you use as a salt substitute? Um, Heritaki. Yeah, heritaki is a good energy wise. It's a good salt substitute. Um, yeah, that's sort of the biggest one at the moment. And
Anything of Saturn.
the salt is a Saturn energy. So anything with a Saturn energy, cannabis actually is a Saturn
Yeah.
energy. Um,
So cannabis.
but that's not really a salt substitute
No,
as
it
far
is.
as flavoring your food goes. I've just really learned,
It's not about flavoring.
yeah, it really
It's
isn't
about
about
the high.
flavoring. It's like if you want to call that your high. Um, I've really enjoyed just getting back in touch with what food tastes like without salt, like what the flavor of it is. And I've like ramped up my spices and herbs to just kind of compensate for that in a way. Um, but Hetty, sorry, uh, yeah, Haritaki. How do you spell that?
Haritaki.
Har.
Itaki.
Uh, I'm trying to type.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Don't worry about
I can't. I can't do it. Haritaki. It's the medicine, the plant that the medicine
it.
Buddha
Asking us
is
to
holding in his hand.
spell it.
So,
It's written.
yeah, Haritaki. It's very, very popular in a lot of the powdered Ayurvedic spice section in your health food store. You should find it. It's a fairly common one. It's not
It's
e-
actually not.
it's not difficult to get your hands on.
It's actually very hard to find.
And moringa powder, I guess, is like my other go-to. Um, but yeah, I use a lot of the spices: cinnamon, turmeric, black pepper, juniper berry. I mean, anyway, it's extensive. The spice rack is expanded, and they just get used more in my food now because I'm not using salt. And I highly suggest people give that a try to just see what it's like to eat without salt and see what our food tastes like without that on there. So we're coming up to the half hour, and it's not a busy time right now. If anybody wants to join in on these,
Tell them about Mother Spirit.
make sure you check out
Talk in the mic.
motherspirit.creome.net. The group that is the most active is our Telegram group.
Doesn't matter.
And there you will find all of the links to join these directly if you want to be part of the private conversation.
They don't have to be on Telegram. We're multi-platform. We're diversifying.
Yes, we are
Stop
going
trying
to
to
be
focus
multi-platforming.
We're everywhere.
We are also on WhatsApp and Twitter, and the Mother Spirit is on all of the social media platforms. And all of the information to get in touch with us is there. So,
Tell them about yourself.
thank you, everyone.
Tell them your website. Come on.
Okay, and there's my website. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can do that at humphreys.creome.net. Yeah.
Mother Spirit. Who's it for?
The Mother Spirit is for anyone looking for community. It's a space free of guilt, shame, and punishment, whatever you're going through and want to share in your life. It's just a space for us to all support each other as we overcome the natural hurdles that are making their way to us in life, and to share our Shivambu and other health experiences so that we can all learn and grow together. Yeah, that's what Mother Spirit is for. So thanks for everybody that tuned in and asked questions. Always a pleasure, and thank you so much.